Here in Escambia Lakes, rebaling some peanut hay. We've got an issue. We called them day before yesterday about picking up some hay, and we told them we wanted hay that hadn't been rained on, hay that was freshly cut from the field. So we agreed that we'd go out yesterday to the fields where they were freshly cutting the hay, which we did, and it was a lot longer distance than we expected. It was way out in Milton. There's peanut hay being cut right around the corner from us, and that's how we got their number. So we made an extra long drive, and when we pulled up, I don't know how we let him talk us into it, but the woman who was on the phone was not the one who met us. It was her husband, and he gave us this bale that had been rained on, and somehow he mentioned the rain, and somehow we allowed ourselves to drive off with it. Folks, I'm feeling the moisture deep into the bale. There's rainwater moisture there. Don't want that. We want the moisture from the hay itself, from the green matter itself, and then it cures. We don't want rainwater dumped on it and then sitting in a big bale out there with rain all over it, because then it gets moldy. Mold grows in there. There's excessive moisture. So, folks, many goats died out here. Our first supplier gave us a nice bale and then wheeled around one that had been all soaked in the rain, and we did not insist enough. We did not, and they allowed themselves to rip us off and to kill our goats. And they were nasty people, and of course they don't want to return any money or do anything. Another supplier, there was riffraff with that. There'd been water on it. He'd give us a bale from the outside of the storage. It seems like they kind of target us to dump the worst stuff on and save the rest for someone else, but they're not the most honest people, folks. I'm not going to put in the final verdict on the ones we just got them from. They're the Langhams. They're big in hay here. They've got time to respond. She didn't respond properly this morning. She said it just cost $40, even though I'm asking for a discount. And I said, I was so polite as just to say, okay, just think about it, talk about it, and we'll talk about it tomorrow or whatever. So I'm wanting to find a supplier I can trust. My goats' lives depend on it. I've explained that to them, that I'm not in the meat goat business. I don't sell goats. I raise them to try to, preserve the rare breeds, and we love the goats, and we care about their health and getting them through the winter. But this is just another blow, folks. It's just, I think I need someone else to handle some of this business, because I'm just too much of a pushover. I just got to get a lot tougher, but I'm digging into it. I'm feeling the moisture. I'm putting it out here to dry a bit. It won't take long to dissipate some of that moisture, but meanwhile I'm taking parts that I think are drier, and I'm shoving them into the baler here, the hand baler, and we're going to bale up our first hand baled square bale. It should be about 25 pounds here, and that's the goal for most all this hay, because that's the way we can store it. We can't roll a big roll into this bus here, okay? This is our storage facility right now, this bus. This is in the driest places out here. No, I live in a 6x8 foot little tiny goat home. I could live in this bus, and other people thought we'd live in the bus. The priorities for the goats out here, folks, not me, not my comfort. And I'm just a bit appalled that other people put their comfort and profit above ours. I'm feeling the moisture behind here. A foot deep into the bale, I'm feeling the rainwater moisture. Don't want that. It's going to destroy all that hay. I estimate, 25% of this bale is wet, and if I distort it as it is, it would be ruined. It would mold. So I got to tear it apart, which is the goal anyways, because we're rebaling it, but it's just such a hassle, folks. And we hope that the Langhams will sort this out and turn out being good suppliers for us. If not, we will move on, because they're not the only ones providing hay. And we'll just leave it at that for right now and see where it goes. But wow. I mean, can you feel for me here? I'm getting burned, folks. I'm getting burned by people here, and I don't know what's in their minds that they think they could get away with that. I mean, who do they think we are? Maybe someone ends up getting the brunt of it, but I really don't think so, because most of this is going to cattle and horses that they leave it out there in the rain anyways. They don't care about that. Their cattle eat it. They eat it all up once. They eat the moldy hay, whatever. But ours are much more cared for animals, and they browse, graze, forage, whatever you want to call it, on natural plants all year round, except for the cold winter, and that's when we gotta give them the supplementary hay. You can see around these lakes, you can see where the goats forage. They forage on natural plants. So this is just, it's a bit depressing. I'm feeling the moisture in this, and I know I can't rebale that. It's got to dry out a bit. All right, I'm going to get to work on this, and we're going to hope for the best, folks. And, you know, we really do. We're optimistic on this and positive. We hope it works out with the Langhams. You know, we should really name these people when it comes up. There's a supplier in Allentown who burned us, and I don't got the name that ticked my brain, but they're in Allentown, a small town. They're the ones around there. They burned us, folks. They just flat out burned us. And the other one, I won't name him right now. We got some good hay, but it's just very shaky with the last deals. And I think we're going to get a certified letter out to any hair supplier, just not a certified, just a letter in written form from the company saying, you know, we will not accept that other hay. Please do not sell us any wet hay. We need the best hay, and we're going to try to see if people can be honest and get us what we want and need. Here come the goats right now, some of them, and are out, and they're going to indulge in some of this hay. Again, ladies and gentlemen, we're here at Escambia Lakes. We're hoping for the best. I don't have the best business skills at times, and I let people walk all over me, but it's got to stop. If someone wants to apply for a position as a business manager and to get out there and do deals and things, maybe they won't walk over you as much as they walk over me, but I really care about these goats, and we got to get a lot tougher on this. This is a price to pay. It's extra work, it's extra trouble and worry. And in many cases for us, it's been moldy hay that's killed goats in the past, and it's wasted hay that we've had to just completely put in compost piles and such, and not process at all for the goats, not give to the goats at all, or rebale and give to the goats. It's all just, you know, it's been waste, and that's what this bale is. If we didn't tear it into it right now and try to release some moisture and rebale, I guess the goal is we're gonna, you know, try to get the wet stuff off, dry it briefly in the sun, and then feed that to the goats now before it has a chance to mold. And hopefully inside the bale there'll be enough dry hay that we can rebale and then store for the winter. That's the picture. I'm sorry if I wasn't clear on that at the beginning, but the goal is to get entire bales that are dry, proper, and just get to baling and storing for the winter, because, you know, right now they can still be out foraging when they're out. There's times right now I got them locked down. I'm starting to feed them a lot of this right now, but it's really about the winter, folks. We got It's October right now, just starting October, first day. You know, it's just coming this week, the first week of October. And we've got October, November, we start to get into frost. December gets cold, cold, cold. January, you know, February. There's 5 months of cold and the situations where we got to have, you know, a couple bales. The goats got to be eating a day at least. With the upcoming births and all, there's going to be more of a demand, more supply. So, you know, in here, you're seeing some Bermuda grass bales that are nice and dry and stored in this nice place. And we're going to keep getting those too. And we get the big bales, same as we did here, and then we rebale them and put them in here. There's a lot of work in that rebaling process. That's a good, you know, 8 to 10 hours, let's say, of work to rebale one of these 1,000-pound bales into about 25, 30 or more bales. They're 25 pounds each. Do the math, approximately 25 pounds. So, all right, I'm going to get to work on our first test bale here and see how it turns out. I won't do more than a couple, I think, today, because I got a lot of other things to do. But this is an important thing, folks, for the winter, for the survival of these goats. Many will die without enough of this hay to get them through the winter. Right now, this little girl is eating flowers, you know. She's enjoying yellow flowers out here. Those flowers won't be here in January, folks. She's going to be dependent on this hay. And this mama right here, I mean, she'll probably have little baby goats any day now. And, you know, she's got a real requirement for high protein, like this legume hay, this peanut hay. This is high protein, good hay for a mama like that. They need the roughage in the winter. It's keeping their rumens working, which helps them regulate their temperature, keep warm in the winter, and they need this. They need this throughout the winter. And we ask upon any potential suppliers, please contact us. We'd like a relationship with suppliers that care about our goats and would like to supply good quality, best quality hay, and guarantee that they won't give us wet hay that's been out in the rain, anything that's got a potential to mold and go bad and kill the goats. So with that all said, I'm gonna get to work, and thank you all for supporting Goat Refuge. It's not easy, folks. It's really not easy. We're gonna just keep doing our best for these precious critters, and thanks for joining us.